Welcome back. The number of unsolved homicides in Colombia has sparked community distrust in local police. CrimeStoppers in Colombia says they've gotten very few tips over the years from witnesses. KOMU8's Maggie Boffman talked with CrimeStoppers and one community leader who's all too familiar with tragedy.
We all got to do this together if we're going to bring healing to the families and to our community.
A string of homicides in Colombia in 2019 left the community searching for answers. 23-year-old James Hickam was one of a dozen people killed during that time. His case and many others from that year are still unsolved.
In order for a crime to be solved, it has to be reported.
CrimeStoppers in Colombia works to solve cases through tips from the community. But president of the board, John Field, says there's been distrust in their system.
It's hard.
Many think if they leave a tip, it will be traced back to them.
We don't ask for a phone number. We don't want your name. We don't want your address.
The tips go to a hotline, which is an old phone with no caller ID. That information is then sent to the police department. Field is familiar with this process as a former Boone County sheriff.
I know how hard it is being a retired officer, getting information, trying to solve cases.
He says his past career keeps him passionate about his community.
We want to keep people coming to Columbia. And so that's one of the biggest reasons why I fought crime for 13 years in uniform, and then I'm still fighting crime now out of uniform.
He's been an officer for years. He gets it. He gets it.
Reverend James Gray is a retired pastor still involved in the community. He meets with victims' families to try to bring healing after tragedy strikes.
Innocent people have been killed. And every time when I saw Miss Hickam, when I saw Mrs. Hamilton, Major Wright's mom, when I looked in their eyes and saw tears, and when I looked around and saw the other people and saw tears, it stays with you.
He has been working with Fields to get the word out about CrimeStoppers to families.
Reverend Gray does a really good job of helping me getting that information out.
Their main message being,
if you know something, say something.
We have no clue who calls in, and that's the way we want to keep it.
And unless you get people out there that's willing to put it out there and give people an understanding how it works, then you're not going to solve a lot of crimes. And we're going to have many more tears. We're going to have many more funerals.
Not only is Hickam's family waiting for answers, but at least a dozen more.
We all grieve when we lose somebody. It's a different type of grieving when your child is killed. When you don't get justice, it hurts even more.
Maggie Boffman, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.